Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about wedding day essentials. The things you need, the things you didn't know you needed, and the things you were like, I'm not sure if I needed that or not. So stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about wedding day essentials. The essential things that are important that when you're just getting engaged and you're just starting your planning, these are the things that are very important to any vendor that you're looking at. No matter what vendor they're going to be looking at, first, top, number one thing is, yes, wedding date. Congratulations on your engagement. That's wonderful. What's the wedding date? That's going to be the first question every single time because it's subject to our availability. So I'm talking to you from a photographer's point of view. So I meet with so many different brides and grooms that are just so unsure of everything that's going on because they're new to this. And that's okay. That's when you get a professional vendor to say, hey, here's my recommendations on what should be done first. So first and foremost, top of the list, gotta have the date. The second thing is venue. I'm from Massachusetts. It doesn't matter what state you're in or what state you're going to be married in, the venue is number 2 because that will make a difference on availability and travel. I need to know if I'm traveling 2.5 hours just to get to your wedding to start shooting, I need to know where that's going to be. And this is the part that some people want a flat rate for everything, and sometimes that's just not possible to do. I'm from Massachusetts, and I don't go up for much if I'm going to Connecticut because it's only 20 minutes away. So it's when you start getting into Rhode Island and Vermont and things like that, anywhere along the East Coast. But I've done weddings all the way down to Florida, Virginia. I've done weddings in Connecticut, Vermont, Rhode Island, up and down the coast. So everybody is different. So number 1, date. Number 2 is venue. Now, once you've got those 2 things, every other vendor after that is going to start with the same philosophy and plan. That's just how it is. We all need to know the date. We all need to know the place because of traveling, especially when it comes to a makeup artist. They can sometimes do a morning wedding in Massachusetts, and then they got to get to Connecticut by 2 o'clock to do an afternoon wedding, hair and makeup. So sometimes that's possible, but we need to know the distance in between. So let's talk about photography. Photography and DJ are the top 3 and 4 of my list, only because some people emphasis, gotta have the right photos. That's the most important thing on my wedding day. Some other people, so I'd say it's 50-50. Some people at the DJ. I want to have my people dancing all night long. So though photography and DJ can interact and interchange between which one is subject to availability and which one is a priority almost. So for me as a photographer, let's just talk about from my point of view, when a bride comes to me and they're looking for a photographer, we go through the first dates. Where's the place? What's the date? Start with that. Then as they're talking to me about my packages and if I'm a good fit for you or not, I also ask, what's the DJ yet? But I also go through the list. DJ, flowers, rings, all the way down the list, and I ask other things like that because I always refer people that I work with a lot, no kickbacks. I don't get anything from throwing people's names out there. These are just people that are at the pinnacle of the industry, and these are the people that I recommend. If you want to look into them, tell them you got the information from me. I don't get anything. I'm not looking to get you discounts or anything like that. It's just if you want to work for and work with vendors that work together. Now I'm going to address that really quick. Not every vendor that I go to a wedding with, I've worked with in the past. And that's okay. First and foremost, we have to be professionals at what we do for the sake of the bride and groom being the number 1 responsibility to make them happy. If I've worked with that DJ before, that's icing on the cake. If I haven't worked with them, that's okay. I'm going to come in, I'm going to be professional. I'm going to say, here's what I do. Please give me some heads up about this. Make sure we keep on the same task as this. And we'll go through that thing where we're interacting with each other and keeping each other with what's going on. Hey, the DJ needs to know I'm sneaking that bride and groom out for 5 minutes during that sunset shot. He needs to know not to schedule anything like a cake cutting at the same time. So it's very important that the DJs and the photographers stay intact on that. Now, second part of that, if I've worked with people before, we have a system that we go through and a camaraderie that we go through and a respect for each other. So whether I've worked with other vendors before or not, I will still be a professional and deal with all of them and work with all of them and be professional to make your day special. That's all that matters to me. So photography and DJ are the top 3 and 4, and they can go back and forth between the two. So I wanted to address that vendors that I've worked with before or not worked before. If you hire somebody that I haven't worked with before, that's not going to make a difference to me, because I'm going to send you to people I can recommend, but I want you at the end of the day, based on your budget and based on your feelings, how you feel about certain people and vendors, that's what I want. So I don't want to take too much longer in this video, but thank you guys for sticking around. I appreciate that. If you don't mind hitting that like button down in the bottom, subscribing to that channel and hitting that bell for notifications, greatly, greatly appreciated. So I want to get on to the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and all the way down the list. And there is no particular order with this. This is very important because I'm going to name some things next. It's not the order that the bride and groom should get things done. It is just a suggestion, meaning here's the rest of the stuff you need. You address it when you want to, kind of thing like that. So number 1, date. Number 2, venue. Number 3 and 4, DJ, photographer. Slap those back and forth depending on what you want to do. Flowers is at probably the top list, because if you've got a fall wedding and you've got a beautiful dress and you're planning on an October wedding and you want to have those fall flowers, probably fall, October-ish is that most popular wedding month for every vendor when it comes to that. So flowers I would put right at the top of that. Also, I would also do, and I also entertain the thought of some faux flowers, meaning fake. I don't like using the word fake because these things are ridiculously beautiful. You can't even tell them apart from real ones sometimes. So don't be opposed to those. Sometimes they're wood, sometimes they're made of fabric and kind of thing like that, but entertain the thought of that and keep your mind open to the possibilities. Hey everyone, I just wanted to jump in here real quick and just start at the top of the list again. And I forgot to mention, probably one of the most important things to the bride, obviously, is the dress. The dress that makes all the difference in the world with the bride, whether it's off the shoulder, a certain color, a certain style, anything like that. When it comes to the dresses, make sure that's at the top of the list. Don't make it an afterthought. Definitely take the time to make sure, and definitely pick dresses according to the season. If you're in the middle of the winter, probably that strapless and sleeveless dress is probably not going to be the most ideal unless you're going to put like a shawl over the top. So be very careful with what you're doing that. So as I do go through this video again, 3 and 4 is photography and DJ, but at the same time, making sure that you get that dress also. And we're going to talk about tuxedos in just a second. So I want to interject here, definitely making sure that you get the dress that you want, the style that you want, because that's going to be the most important thing when it comes to your wedding day. As you go through tuxed for the guys. When the bride picks her colors of her dresses, please, brides and grooms, make sure you get the tuxedos to match. Don't get black if you're trying to do a fall wedding and the brides are all in maroon. Yes, those two colors go, but get something a little bit more charcoal gray or light gray or bluish kind of thing like that. The colors will make a difference, very important. So tuxedos at the list, and again, there's no particular order. Also, photo booths. Photo booths is probably one of the most popular things going on right now. It's such a cool, they've got campers, they've got tents, they've got inflatable walls and mirrors now and so much different stuff. So if you want to add a nice little icing to the cake where you get some pictures at the end of the night with your friends being fun and inside of the photo booth, it's gold when it comes to fun stuff to do for the bride and groom. So photo booth I would definitely put on there also. Also, cakes and or cupcakes. Oh my God. There is so many times I walk in and I'm seeing this beautiful 5-tier, elaborate cake kind of thing like that with, they're so beautiful. That's not for everybody. If that's you, that's perfect. That's great. I've got some people that'll knock your socks off when it comes to beautiful tiered cakes like that. Then I'm finding people are being a little bit more simplistic. And I don't mean simple as in boring. I just mean simplistic with cupcakes. Cupcakes are ridiculously a top thing right now in Massachusetts because you can make so many different flavors. When you get a cake, you get one flavor, one icing. Not poo-pooing it, I'm just saying there's some fun to that. But cakes, you can do 25 in this flavor, 25 in that flavor, 25 in that flavor, 25, and it's like the icing and the cakes and the things and stuff. Oh, it's just absolutely amazing. And I have some people that I would love to recommend to you if you're looking for someone. So cake and cupcakes, I would say, were also, find your bakers, find your people that will make that stuff. Book the dates, man, because sometimes they just book up so fast. Also, rings. If you're not going to do the rubber ones for the grooms and things like that, and you want to be a little bit more traditional with the gold or the diamonds and stuff like that, and anything like that, just make sure you get the rings that you're looking for. Now, that's just the few of the things that are in my list, no particular order when it comes to that. I just wanted to sit down and go through what was on my mind at this moment while I was in the studio, but there's so many different options when it comes to all of this stuff, and I might have forgotten some, so I encourage you, leave your comments below, and if I missed anything as far as a wedding day essential necessity, please put it in the link below when it comes to whatever. If you see people that are doing this or doing that, put it in the link below. I appreciate that. Put it in the comments below. I appreciate that. Thank you guys for coming back to the channel again. I appreciate it. Whenever I feel spontaneous and I feel creative, I was like, you know what? I got this idea. Let's go do it. I walk into the studio, click record, and just go through the spiel. I'm not making any long videos anymore. I'm trying to keep them simple when it comes to that. So thank you for your time. Thank you for coming back to my channel. Hit that like button. I appreciate that. Hit that subscribe button. I'm at 150 right now, and I'm looking to grow. Share this with your friends and family that are looking to get married and they're like, we have no idea what we're doing. Share the link below because this video might help them. It might cause you to think of, oh my God, I never thought of a photo booth. Oh my God, I never thought of cupcakes instead of cakes. So that's my job, is to bring some things to light that you might not necessarily have thought of. So thank you for coming back to the channel. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications. And remember, no matter what, always remember to smile more because it does hurt less. Peace.